Hello, welcome to Academic Tube. Here on this platform, we are going to help you for online projects, online lab reports, assignment guides, live sessions, and video solutions. To reach our platform, you can visit to our website, that is academiccube.com, and to our WhatsApp number that is given to. Now, directly come to the question. So today we are going to attend a question of thermodynamics. Basically, it is a question of thermodynamics application, that is power plant. So you can see from this question that there are two turbines. Okay, this is a question of two-stage turbine with reheating in this. So you can see that there is a mass flow rate of steam. There is a mass flow rate of steam which is entering the turbine 1. The data given to us is pressure, temperature, and mass flow rate of steam at the inlet phase, that is entry to the turbine 1. Then the turbine is also not totally isentropic. It has given isentropic efficiency of 88%. Then after the stage 1 of turbine, we reach to the pressure of 60 lbf per inch square. Now at this stage, the steam is going to reheat in the reheater. We are going to give some heat input to this reheater to maintain the constant pressure and to raise the temperature to 350 degree Celsius. This is not Celsius, it is degree Fahrenheit. So make it a correction. This is not degree Celsius, it is a degree Fahrenheit. Okay, now from reheater, the steam goes to the turbine 2. From turbine 2, the steam exit at 1 lbf per inch square. What we have to calculate is net power developed by these two turbines, also the rate of heat transfer through the reheater. The kinetic and potential energy are negligible here. So first we are going to draw the TS diagram. First we are going to draw the temperature entropy diagram for the given configuration. Let's draw the dome. Okay, so point 1, stage 1 is definitely a superheated state. This is point 1. You can check from the steam table at this pressure and this temperature, you will get that state 1 is in superheated region. So from state 1, if the turbine will not be in isentropic efficiency of 88%, if it were 100%, then this will be a vertical straight line. But due to the 88% of efficiency, this is not going to be a straight line. It is diverted somewhere like this. Okay, then from state 2, now we reach to state 2. This is actually state 2, and this is say 2s. So entropy S1 is equal to entropy of S2s. Now we draw the constant pressure. These are the constant pressure line in the TS diagram. This is the constant pressure line. Why I have drawn this? Because it says that from state 2 at 60 lbf, it goes to state 3 at the same pressure. Okay, so from 2 to stage 3, it is same pressure. T1 is at 800 degree Fahrenheit and T3 is at 350 degree Celsius, 350 degree Fahrenheit. So it will be somewhere like here. This is state 3. So this is go like this. Okay, this come like this. This goes like this. Now from 3 to 4, this will be a diverted curve, not a straight line, vertical straight line, because it has also a efficiency of 85%, isentropic efficiency of 85%. So this is will be like this. This is final state 4. This is, you can say, 4s. We can write S3 is equal to S4s. This is your final point. Okay, so this is the required TS diagram of the given configuration. Now we have to calculate the power output of the two turbines. Okay, so we can say that net power output, net W net is equal to work output from turbine 1 plus work output from turbine 2. Okay, individually we can calculate the work from turbine 1 and work from turbine 2. How we are going to calculate this work? We are going to calculate it with the help of enthalpy. The mass flow rate of steam is constant everywhere in the process, so we can take mass flow rate as constant. For turbine 1, we can write enthalpy difference of H1 minus H2 plus for turbine 2, we can write H3 minus H4. So only we have to calculate H1, H2, H3 and H4. Then we can get the net work output from this turbine. Secondly, it is required to calculate the rate of heat transfer through the reheater. I am just writing what we have to calculate first. Rate of heat transfer through reheater. What it will be? Mass flow rate and H3 minus H2. So we have to calculate the data H1, H2, H3, H4 only, and while putting in these two equations we will get our final answer. That is very simple. So the only thing is to calculate enthalpies at different points. Now see, so this question will be done with the help of steam table. I hope you know how to check the data from steam table. Still, I'm going to show you how you can check the data from steam table. Okay, so it will be a very long video if I use steam table here. So I just show you how you just calculate it. Okay, so take you can see now, if you have a steam table, just go through the steam table and check from superheated water table. From superheated water table, go to the superheated water table and at pressure 1 is equal to 1000 lbf per inch square and temperature is equal to 800 degree Fahrenheit. At this pressure and temperature, you will get the value of enthalpy from the steam table. It will be like this. Here it will be a pressure of 1000 lbf per inch square, and there will be a temperature data like 80 degree Fahrenheit, 300 degree Fahrenheit, 500 degree Fahrenheit, 800 degree Fahrenheit, and these are some like specific volume, internal energy, then enthalpy, then entropy. So you will check in this process that at 800 degree Celsius, 800 degree Fahrenheit, you will get the enthalpy value and you will get the entropy value. So H1 from this table will be 1388.78 lBTU per lb. Also entropy will be S1 is equal to 1.56709 BTU per lb degree Fahrenheit. These are the required enthalpies and entropies at state 1. Similarly, we are going to calculate the enthalpies and entropy at each and every point. Now you can see that from state 2 is in a wet region. So for wet region, you know the pressure at state 2. You know only the pressure at state 2. So from saturated pressure water table, go to the saturated pressure water table, and at constant pressure of 60 lbf per inch square, you can see values of HF, you can see the value of Hg, you can see the value of SF, and also you can see the value of Sg. So write all the data from the steam table and you can get HF will be 261.984, Hg will be 1177.0.59, SF will be 0.427315, Sg will be 1.6443. These are the values, and BTU per lb, BTU per lb, BTU per lb degree Fahrenheit, BTU per lb degree Fahrenheit. These are the data from the steam table. Now you know that S2S is equal to S1. So we can write S2S is equal to what we have calculated as 1 is 1.56709. And for wet region, formula will be SF plus X2S Sg minus SF. From this equation, put the values of Sg, SF, and you will get the value of dryness friction at 2S point will be 0.9366. It is a simple calculation. You can directly calculate to calculators. Okay, put these values here. Now you will get the value of H2S also. H2S formula will be HF plus H2S Hg minus HF. These are the formulas to calculate the enthalpies or entropies or specific energy, specific internal energy or specific volume at in a wet region. These are the same formulas for everything. Okay, just replace H from S from V from U. You will get everything whatever you need. So from this equation, you know the value of HF. Use this from this 261.984 for HF. Hg is this 1177.59 and H2 you have already calculated. So directly I am writing H2S will be 1119.5. I'm not showing you the value because this video will be very long because we have calculated so many data. So we have calculated H2S, but we don't want H2S. Still, we have only calculated H1. We have to calculate H2, H3, H4. So this is a little bit lengthier process. So for H2, what we can write, we know the isentropic efficiency of turbine 1. What it is? 0.88. The equation for isentropic efficiency is ideal work divided by actual work. Is it so? Because for turbine, we get work output. So ideally, we will get a maximum work, but actually we will get a less work. So less work divided by maximum work, right? So less work will be actual work. Okay. And maximum work will be ideal work. So actually what we get H1 minus H2, but ideally what we was getting H2S. Okay, this is, so you know the data for H1, but you don't know the H2 value. This is we have to calculate. H1 we know, H2S we just calculated. So from this equation we can calculate H2 also, and this will come 1151.81 BTU per LB. I hope you can write the data correctly and calculate the value. Okay, so now we know the H2 value. H1 we already know, and we also get the value of H2. Now let's come to the stage 3. You remember, I think, that stage 3 is in superheated region. See, this is stage 3. This is in superheated region. That's very good because we can directly calculate the value from superheated region. So for superheated region, use again the table of superheated. So we will again use from superheated water table at pressure of, remember, 60 lbf per inch square, and at temperature, now the temperature is 350 degree Fahrenheit. It is not degree Celsius, it is Fahrenheit. I am again repeating. So you will get the values of H3 will be 1362.53 BTU per LB, and H3 will be 1.845 BTU per LB degree Fahrenheit. So we get the value of H3 also. Only we have to calculate H4 now. Okay. So for H4, you know the pressure at stage 4 is only it is in wet region. Again, we have to calculate from saturated pressure water table. Okay, so here at pressure of only 1 lbf per inch square, we can write the values of HF, Hg, SF, and Sg. I am writing it from the table, and these are the 69.7425. Hg will be 1105.65, SF 0.13263, Sg 1.97762. The unit BTU per LB, BTU per LB, BTU per LB, degree Fahrenheit, BTU per LB degree Fahrenheit. These are the data at pressure of this. This is our stage 4. Remember, this is state 4. Now you remember S3 is equal to S4S. Okay, so now I hope you are getting what I am going to do is I will write S4 equation as SF plus X4S Sg minus Sf, and S3 we know this data. So put S3 here and SF, Sg, Sf from here. You will get the value of X4S. X4S will become 0.928. Now, using this dryness friction, we will use the formula for H, not H2, this time H4S. This will be HF plus X4S multiplied by Hg minus Hf. Okay, so using these equation, HF, we know the data for HF, Hg and X4S we have calculated. Simply we can write this data and calculate from the calculator. You will get H4S value as 1080.836 BTU per LB. So this is H4S. Now again we required H2. We require H4, not H4S. So using the isentropic efficiency formula for turbine 2, again this will be actual work upon ideal work. So the formula will be H3 minus H4. This is actual work and ideal work will be H3 minus H4S. So in this equation, you know the value of isentropic efficiency at state 2, that is 0.85, and H3 data you have already know. H3 data is H3 is 1362.53 minus H4 you have to calculate. H3 is 1362.53. H4 is just calculated 1080.886. From this equation you will get the value of H4, which will be 1080.836. Sorry, I have just mistake. This is not this data. Let's recorrect it. This will come as, this is come as H4S will come as 1031.126. So here will be 1031.126. So this is H4. Unit will be BTU per LB. Okay. You can see that we have calculated every data which is required to calculate the work and heat transfer. So we know the value of H1, H2, H3 and H4. Now simply calculate the net work output. What it was? Mass flow rate multiplied by H1 minus H2 plus H3 minus H4. Simply put all the values here, which is mass flow rate 1, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0. There are so many zeros in mass flow rate. H1 is 1388.78 minus 1151.81 plus 1362.53, and H4, this is H4, 1080.836. Okay, calculate it and you will get the net power output as, it is a big value, that is 62.24 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 BTU per hour. This is the net power output from both the turbine. Also you have to calculate the reheater heat transfer. Okay, so this will be mass flow rate and H3 minus H2. Very small data. 120001362.53 minus 1151.81. So reheater heat transfer will be 25.286 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 BTU per LB. So this is the heat transfer from the reheater. So you see that this is how we have done this question. Now I hope you will get what I have already and make you understand. If you have any problems or any query, you can directly reach to us. Thank you.